You know, Kirby may look like an innocent pink puff, but through the years, the Nintendo hero has certainly sucked in a lot of secrets. Discovering Kirby's dark facts feel more like a nightmare than a dreamland, as you learn about deep connections, crazy origins, and some of the most violent content ever to be seen from Nintendo. Say what, Kirby? Before you watch, click subscribe. You'll join our notification squad and be the first to know of new content. Without further ado, here are 10 dark secrets you never knew about Kirby. A bloody battle. Nintendo has always been known for a family-friendly affair. When Mario died in early games, he pretty much just shrugged. Bowser would disappear without seeing the damage to his body. Games would often be censored or heavily edited to ensure content was completely appropriate. Just super kid-friendly. It makes you wonder how Kirby's Dream Land 3 slipped through the cracks. The game plays off like a regular Kirby game until players reach the true final boss battle, and we're presented with blood and gore never before seen in an official Nintendo game. The graphics were limited, but it's still blood nonetheless. In the final boss battle, Kirby takes on a giant eyeball known as Zero. Once Zero gets weakened, some of the final hits showcase blood splattering out of the eye before the pupil completely detaches. Every hit after that delivers extra squirts of blood before Kirby finally delivers his final blow. It's like a Tarantino movie or something. Despite all the blood, the original game was released with a rating of E for everyone. Future releases of the game had the ratings changed and altered. For example, in the release of Kirby's Dream Collection Special Edition, Kirby's Dream Land 3 received a rating of E10+, meaning that it was only recommended for players over the age of 10 due to the bloody nature. Imagine how graphic it would look like with an updated 3D release, rated M for mature. Kirby's gun control. Kirby's powers are completely unique. At first, he was only able to suck in objects and blast them back out, but things have dramatically changed over the years. Kirby has the ability to take on other characters' powers and use them as his own. While he's able to use swords, tools, and other weapons, he never showcased the need for a gun. If you were to watch Kirby right back at you, it would be a whole different story. Kirby gets a little trigger happy. The animated series starring Kirby and his pals originally aired from 2001 to 2003. It debuted in Japan, but also had episodes dubbed in the United States as well. When comparing the two series, you would see a lot of differences, especially when it comes to gun violence. In original episodes, guns are often used by Kirby. In one episode, Kirby plays a police officer where he blasts off multiple rounds of a machine gun. Even for a cartoon, the show was incredibly violent, so it's no wonder why it was heavily edited for the United States. Oh, so completely relevant now though, right? Along with the gun use, another episode showcases King Dedede wielding a chainsaw and using it as a weapon. Oh, we've got another Leatherface on our hands, that's great. As if the violence wasn't enough, Kirby and his friends are even seen casually enjoying cocktails together. And underage drinking, okay. Nothing like a little guns and booze in a Saturday morning cartoon. Hey mom, can I have some whiskey with my Fruit Loops? Kirby hates Link. Kirby seems to get along with a lot of his extended Nintendo Universe friends, but this wasn't always the case. Long before Kirby participated in Super Smash Bros. Battles, he was waging war against one of Nintendo's most beloved heroes, Link. In 1993, the Game Boy game The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening was released. In the adventure title, Link battles his usual foes and makes his way through typical dungeons, but a big surprise comes in one of the castles. As Link makes his way through one of the corridors, he comes across a familiar-looking face. Oh, it's Kirby himself! Don't get too close though, because this version of Kirby isn't friendly. He will use his powers to swallow Link whole and then spit him back out with damage applied. Luckily, Kirby can be fought off and killed with a few swings of the sword. Yeah! Fans in the United States were upset by the evil version of Kirby and actually referred to him as Anti-Kirby, even though his character name in the original Japanese release refers to him as just Kirby. Oddly, the Kirby character only appears once in the game, and there's really no explanation for him being there other than to torment Link and cause a little extra trouble on his journey. His appearance is even more evident in the Game Boy Color version of the game. The secret stage. Maybe the focus was placed too much on franchises like Zelda and Mario, but Kirby developers got away with a lot when sneaking in adult content to their games. Shocking. One of their more risque releases was Kirby's Dream Land 2 for the Game Boy in 1995. In level 5-5, players can access a secret door that leads to a drop-down bonus level. As you drop through the level, you'll notice a number of platform blocks scattered across the sky. At first, the blocks seem random, but if you follow the level closely, you will notice a pattern. It starts off innocently enough with a smiley face until you discover the elements directly below it are formed into the shape of a woman's chest. Oh my! It gets even more revealing from there as the rest of the female anatomy is shown. Avert your eyes, kids. It's nothing too gratuitous, but pretty revealing for our 10-year-old selves discovering the level while playing on our Game Boys, and then maybe discovering ourselves. While it may be hard to find a cartridge of the game now, a full version of Kirby's Dream Land 2 was released for the Nintendo 3DS console. With a quick download, you can travel to World 5-5 and discover the secret stage for yourself. You might even feel like a kid again and reveal Kirby's secrets to all your friends. Meta Knight in the Iron Mask. One of Kirby's greatest foes through the years have been the Meta Knight. The mask fighter loves some good swordplay, but he also has some mystery to him. It's rare to see the Meta Knight without his mask on, but when it is removed, we can see he's basically a clone of Kirby himself. While Kirby is pink in color, Meta Knight has appeared with both black and blue skin color, with more modern versions of Meta Knight appearing in blue skin. Although we've got glimpses of Meta Knight, there is still a lot of mystery behind the character. He obviously goes through a lot of struggles, and even though he is Kirby's enemy, he has helped him on numerous occasions. He loves to test Kirby through battles, sword fights, and numerous challenges. This begs the question about Meta Knight's origins. He looks like Kirby, he's assisted him on multiple occasions, and still feels the need to hide his identity. Is he related to Kirby somehow? What was his childhood like? Is Meta Knight an evil clone struggling with his identity? Or maybe evil Kirby from the darkest timeline? The mystery grows year after year as Nintendo continues to remain quiet. Meta Knight's most recent appearance in the Kirby franchise is in the Kirby Battle Royale. In the fighting game, Meta Knight can be unlocked, but all of his deep dark secrets remain buried. For now. An angry Kirby. How angry can a little pink blob get? Just ask the North American marketing team for Nintendo. In Japan, Kirby appears on his game cover releases and advertisements as a happy character, floating around and ready for his next adventure. Tra-la-la-la-la. In North America, things are a little more serious. On multiple game covers, Kirby's happy face has been replaced for a more aggressive one. He looks angry, changes his body pose, and even holds extra weapons in some of the covers. You won't like Kirby when he's angry. Some of the prime examples of the difference in moods can be seen on the GameCube's release of Kirby's Air Ride and the Wii release of Kirby's Return to Dreamland. The North American release of Kirby's Epic Yarn was one of the rare titles to feature a happy Kirby in North America. Another crazy example of the angry Kirby syndrome came with an advertising campaign for Super Nintendo. In the print ad, Kirby appears in a fake mugshot illustration to help promote both Kirby's Avalanche and Kirby's Dream Course. Not only does he have an angry look on his face, but he has stubble on his pink face, a little 5 o'clock shadow. The ad is paired with the quote, "He used to be such a good boy." The whole jail theme attempted to give Kirby a harder look, so gamers wouldn't think the game just caters to young children. It was weird. A competitive advantage. Super Smash Bros. Was one of the most inventive ideas Nintendo could create. Mixing different series like Mario, Star Fox, Pokemon, and Kirby created a great world, addictive gameplay, and awesome multiplayer options. When first glancing at some of the massive rosters in the Super Smash Bros. Series, you may think that characters like Link, Mario, or Samus are the most powerful. Once the tiers are broken down, this isn't the case at all. In multiple versions of Super Smash Bros., you can find Kirby and other Kirby characters near the top of the performance test. Meta Knight's role in Super Smash Bros. Brawl puts him in his own tier because he's so powerful and strong in the game. Meta Knight is so strong in the game, he's actually banned from many tournaments because of his unfair advantage. Kirby is nearly just as high, causing lots of damage to his opponents and enemies in matches. His only drawback is that he's a light character who is easily sent flying across the map. Think it's a random draw and some lucky powers? It was actually all done on purpose. The creator of the Kirby games, Masahiro Sakurai, is also the developer of Super Smash Bros., and his love for the Kirby characters has clearly been transferred into Super Smash Bros. In reality, there are a lot of other characters with more strength and power than Meta Knight, but he's still built as an unstoppable monster for Super Smash Bros. Brawl. It's just totally unfair, really. Kirby the Detective. Other countries do a lot of strange things with Nintendo characters. While video game content typically remains the same from country to country, it varies a lot differently when characters are used in print. For the German edition for the Nintendo Fan Club, Kirby was introduced as a tough detective in a comic series. Wait, what? With no explanation, Kirby started taking on a ton of different cases, each one with a noir theme and some very dark subplots. While doing work in his office, it wasn't uncommon to see Kirby pull out a cigarette and have a puff or two. Don't the illustrators know how much blowing power Kirby would lose due to extended smoking? Plus, it would stunt his growth. Looking closely at comic panels, you can spot even more questionable items. There's a whole ashtray full of cigarette butts, making Kirby look like a chain smoker. Next to that is a shot glass with a bottle of hard liquor. It could be whiskey or something else, but it's definitely not Kool-Aid. Another surprising part of the comic is the introduction of Susie, Kirby's female companion, who's never been seen in the games. Susie looks similar to Kirby, with one defining difference being the bow attached to her head. That's really all you need to make somebody a female in Nintendo. The full detective case was released in 1996 as a whole comic book in an issue of the German Club Nintendo magazine. The magazine was never released in other countries, but copies were obtained, scanned, and shared online. Thanks, Internet! Kirby defeats Mario. When it comes to Nintendo and awards, Mario typically takes the prize. He's won many awards throughout the years from all types of publications. They are usually well-deserved due to Mario's impact on the gaming industry and the variety of games the former plumber has appeared in. While it may seem like a lot of characters such as Luigi, Donkey Kong, and Kirby are always living in Mario's shadow, this wasn't the case in 1993. Throughout the late 1980s and 1990s, Nintendo released their official magazine known as Nintendo Power. Each year, the magazine published a list of accolades known as the Nintendo Power Awards. The awards include all types of categories including Best Graphics, Best Theme, and Best Challenge. Making his NES debut in 1993, Kirby was nominated for Best Hero at the annual awards. Other nominees in the category included Batman, Luke Skywalker, Link, and of course Super Mario. Mario was nominated for the game Super Mario All-Stars, so Kirby was taking on the best of the Mario world, plus a superhero and a Jedi. Good luck, Kirby. Kirby won the prestigious award and helped cement his legacy among Nintendo's elite. The game he won it for was Kirby's Adventure, the first instance of the hero getting control of other characters' powers when he swallowed them. With the award, Kirby can forever boast about his huge victory over Mario. Kirby on steroids. Kirby may balloon up when he sucks in air, but his statistics have been pretty clear since the beginning. The pink creature only stands around 8 inches tall. While the short character design works for all of Kirby's solo games, it's a little bit different when it comes to other titles. For example, in Super Smash Bros., how can the 8-inch tall Kirby stand toe-to-toe with other characters like Pikachu? The answer seems pretty simple. Kirby has taken some type of growth hormone. Unless he's stealing mushrooms from Mario, Kirby is involved in some type of underground steroid ring. No wonder his rankings are so high in the games. Nintendo has never really provided an explanation for his size difference, other than relying on players to suspend their disbelief. It is a video game after all. This would make a little sense if Donkey Kong and Bowser didn't appear as big as they do in the games. Something's up with Kirby because if he did appear true to his size, he would get crushed like a bug from the competition. If he were to appear in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, the Olympic Committee would definitely be opening some sort of investigation on the hero. Here, Kirby, pee in this cup. No matter how Kirby got his size, he has been an integral part of the Super Smash Bros. Franchise and will continue to battle in his meteor form. Well, there you have it. What facts surprise you the most? Are there any we missed? What's your favorite Kirby game? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe to The Gamer so you can stay up to date with all our awesome videos. Thanks for watching.
Here we go!